Okay, Wade. There's our sunrise this morning. Oh. And yeah, scratching her back. Being a dork. Yeah, then the barn gets in the way, so I don't know what, well, can't be too much more of it over that way because the trees happened. But I was surprised to peek out the shop door and I went, hey, look at that. Funky shaped cloud over there hiding behind a tree. That's about as far as it goes that I can see. And yep, another frosty morning. 'Tis what it is. Hey Wade, making up for it this morning. I figured I'd get a shot from back here. Get a little through the trees. Herky jerky, looks like I put a whole bunch of pictures side by side. It's just making up for not having a sunrise for a few mornings. I gotta laugh at the weather, man. This hydrant, this time of year, will keep the hose unhooked and pretty well drained. Because if it gets cold enough to freeze that one over there, this is where they get their water from. Or we're still got the overheads in the barn, but if the other hydrants froze up, that ain't gonna happen. So I've been making sure this one's off every day and drained. One over there by the stock trailer, I forgot to drain it last night. I watched the news last night. Oh, 38 degrees for a low. Okay, I won't worry about going out and shutting it off. I wish those dumb shits would figure it out. They can't ever figure it out. My phone right now says our low is supposed to be 38, but it feels 36. It's about 27 degrees out. Boy, are they on the ball. Sorry, I just had to say that. Because I really did like making it all the way back over here, because this one was on. And hoping that it might still go. Oh, hell no. So I had to go all the way back down and hose the shit off my shoes. And I'm cold, so now I'm going to go in the shop where it's warm. I still have cow buckets to fill over there for tomorrow morning. Fill those at night and cover them up, keep the birds out of them. And I got a couple bales to feed over there for the heifers. Screw it, they can wait. Hey, look at Wade. Wade, another bonus shot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, probably the last shot we'll see of that. Next time I look out, I'm sure it won't be there. Okay, there it is. It's actually resting there nicely. It's not touching anything. I am going to take a old piece of hose and wrap around. Right above that bracket there. It's got like a half-inch of clearance there right now, but I want to make sure it's not rubbing on it. So, find me a piece and slip over that. If it wasn't already in there, it'd be easy to wrap a piece of tape around to hold it in place, but, you know, zip tie will work. Actually laying in here better than I expected. Seemed to help leaving that in there last night. Didn't get it all the way set to the bend, but that stuff's kind of stiffer than you think, and by hand trying to bring it around that far, it was quite a bit of pressure, but set in there overnight and it's just laying in there beautifully. So there we go. Now I can get back to concentrating on that stinking platform and hope to God I got it figured out. Hopefully I got enough material to mount it. Otherwise it's going to be different materials doing it and it's just going to look funny, but it's still going to work. There's one upright made out of 2 pieces of new stuff. There's another one, patched the holes in it. That's out of the old stuff. So is this next one here. Line there is the top of the frame. I better be right. Punched a couple holes in it. It's 2 pieces of old stuff also. And the last one, just finished welding it. I'm not going to grind that sucker yet. The whole thing's too hot to hold on to. And yeah, you know, if all the welds were just that pretty, maybe I'd leave them. But the sad thing is, that goes to the inside. That points toward the inside of the frame. And that goes to the outside, so everybody's going to see that it was more than one piece. And the end of that sucker's a little warm to grab. The only mess up is right there, where new meets old. Perfect, eh? But part of that, the new piece has an arch to it. See if we can get in the right spot. It's got a bow in it. That's how a lot of them come out anymore. So it didn't matter how hard I clamped it down, it wasn't going to be perfectly even, because the other is flat. So yay. And fixed a couple spots like that one where there was a little torch blight. There was a few of them. So get me some lunch, clean that piece up, and I think I got it pretty well laid out. I hope I do. Probably before I weld them on, though, I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to put some bolt holes in them where they bolt to the frame. Get that done first. Whole lot easier to only drill the frame than have to drill those in place too. Well, hey, here's our day. Cows just loafing around. Lot's still a mess. So freaking wet. Of course, part of that over there, that's because these moron steers over here play with one of the faucets. There's 2 faucets on the end of that line going to their trough. One goes to the float and one goes to a hose straight in the trough. They've been reaching up and turning it on. I love these 1/4 turn faucets, but they're too easy for those guys to turn on. So they flooded that pen yesterday. I don't know how long it was on. I didn't hear the water running before lunch, and after lunch I did. So, yeah, nice sunny day. Out here in my shirt sleeves. It's comfortable in the sun. Step into the shade, gets a little chillier. Oh well. Finish checking cows and go back in the shop. Reason number 10,958 to keep pieces that you cut off of something. I don't remember what we made circles for, but I had a few of those pieces left. Nice double gusset for here and there. And that's what I'm going to do on the front too. I'd like to gusset this a little different, but unfortunately there's the cab mount, so I got to get into that. But there's the uprights or the downrights, the stilts, whatever you want to call them. My only real concern is right here, because it doesn't go all the way through. I mean, those pieces are backed up right there where they're bolted, and they're backed up right here. I may throw a little more weld on there, because why? Yeah, John Deere engineers didn't think it needed any more. But I'm going to gusset side to side right here anyway. And no, since they're all used shit, nothing's exactly perfect. But these two are on the same. They're both actually leaning forward just a little bit. And these two are actually leaned forward a little bit too, just not as much. And the only thing I didn't check after I welded this one was how well it lined up, but yeah, looks close enough for the people I run around with. This one looks funky because that one has a bow to it. None of them are straight. Like I said, I mean, even this one's it's off a little bit right there. But once it's on there, I'll be all the time getting in the right spot to see that they aren't perfect. And hey, unless you watch this video, You're not going to know that it's not perfect, right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to get these gussets cleaned up, put them on, and well, by then it'll be about 6 o'clock, I suppose. I might flip it over tonight because I did not weld under here yet. I don't like overhead welding if I don't have to. It's got to get turned over anyway, so I'll flip it over to do those welds. Other than that, and some paint on this thing, you know, that's what I did for holes. It gets 4 bolts in each one. It's more than what the engine's got holding it. And right there is going to be where the top of the frame is. I got to go that far to leave room for a flange nut to actually sit on the flat on the inside of the frame. So, hey, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And, well, you know, hopefully tomorrow, if I have enough paint here, I'll clean this thing up and get it painted. And maybe even get it sitting on there tomorrow. That would be nice. And with 4010 down, I got nothing here to lift that from above to set it on top. So I don't know if I can get in with the skid steer and pick it up from underneath and slip out from under it without dropping it or not. That might be what we do. I don't know. My next option is go up on the hill and see if the bale loader will start and bring it down, because it will actually lift high enough to sit on top of the peak of the roof. Might even lift high enough in here without hitting. I don't know. It'd be close. But it's not the best thing for doing that kind of thing. It's a little herky-jerky. Kind of like my video, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.